Pinal County Sheriff. This guy's central casting, I got to tell you. I met him. I said, if we're doing a movie on sheriffs, I'm picking you to the lead. Sheriff Mark Lamb. Thank you. Hey. He's popular. Sheriff, would you like to run for another office? I think that's a big hand you got, Sheriff. Thank you for everything. And hey, Sheriff, is it true these cars went back 20, 25 miles? You've never seen one like this, have you? Thank you. It's all online, and it is online, too. Thanks, Sheriff. He's a popular guy.
Now, we've known for a long time that friend of the show, Pinal County, Arizona Sheriff Mark Lamb, is kind of a big deal. But Saturday, I think the world got even more confirmation of that, Terrence, right?
That's right. Male spokesmodel, a.k.a. Sheriff Mark Lamb, joins us live this morning to talk about Saturday's Save America rally and what else is coming down the pike for him. Sheriff Lamb, always good to see you. Good morning to you.
Good to see you too, Terrence and Jessica, and thank you for the intro.
Male spokesmodel.
That was all Terrence. Obviously, male crush here.
Yeah. So I am curious, have you started getting calls from Hollywood?
No, not from Hollywood. Hollywood's falling apart. So I don't know. I think just regular old Joes are getting more views than Hollywood's getting right now.
Yeah, and I think President Trump there, actually, he was very vocal about it. He kind of thinks that you could be possibly in the running to run for president if you wanted at that point, because I think the crowd cheers were so welcoming and so positive for you being there. But about Saturday's rally, tell us your take on President Trump's first rally right into 2022.
Oh, I'll tell you, it was a great rally. There was a huge turnout. You know, he talked about the line for 25 miles. It wasn't actually 25 miles. And when I yelled, what I yelled was, it's a long line, because it was a huge line of cars trying to get in there. People coming in right up until the very end. And just the energy, everybody was loving it, and great people just wanting to be there. They loved it.
The conversations you were having behind the scenes, because I would imagine at a political rally like that, people really want to talk issues, and obviously you were one of the faces of illegal immigration and the fight against it.
Yeah, everywhere I go, people always want to know. One of the first questions they ask me is, Sheriff, how's the border issue? And I tell them what a disaster and what a crisis it is. So everybody's concerned about that. I think this is the number one topic, at least in Arizona and probably across America, because it's damaging our communities, especially when we start getting into the fentanyl conversation.
And I think, Sheriff, a lot of people want to know that aren't necessarily able to see what you see on a daily basis. Take us really quickly through a day by day with you and your men there on a southern border city.
Yeah, every time we go out, our guys that are working interdiction on the highways, which means they're looking for human loads, drug loads coming into the country, and guns and money going back to Mexico. And so they go out and work every day, and every day they got, 3-4 stops where there's human loads coming into the country, drug loads. We've got our aviation unit out there working. We just found a dead body out in the desert the other day, which will probably come back to somebody that tried to come into this country illegally. So yeah, it's a huge strain on us and our resources, and it all starts because the federal government refused to do their job.
Sheriff Lamb, all right, if Hollywood hasn't come calling yet, how about the Republican establishment there in Arizona? You got the cheers. The crowd apparently loves you. I said months ago, and you remember you kind of downplayed. I said, are you going to be running for office? And you laughed it off. Now that the president has called it out, have people approached you about the possibility of you running for bigger office?
That's a great question. The average citizen asks me all the time, Sheriff, you going to run for governor or whatever? And frankly, I really don't have a desire. I love what I do, but I am a patriot at heart. I love wherever my voice is loudest for God, family, and freedom. And I really hope that's sheriff for a long time. As far as the Republican Party reaching out, no, they don't. I think I'm a little bit too much of a renegade for them. I'm willing to speak my mind and stand up for what's right, whether it coincides with the party or not. I believe in standing up for the Constitution and the people, and And that's really what I'm about. And sometimes that doesn't always go over well with big parties.
So what I heard is you like your current job, but that still wasn't a no. I'm not going to run for higher office.
I've
Being
learned,
very
Terrence,
diplomatic
long
about it.
ago not. I've learned long ago not to say no. You start to say no, God has different plans for you.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
Sheriff, before we let you go, I just wanted to talk to you about a ride along that you had with our very own Ben Bergquam the other day. And you were kind of talking in there about, open borders, but the open borders isn't just the main issue. There's so much drugs and overdoses that you're dealing with. Can you talk about that point really quickly?
Yeah, the fentanyl overdoses in this country, I think we went over 100,000. It's one of the main issues we deal with here in our county, not just amongst youth, but amongst middle-aged, elderly. The availability of these drugs, which contain fentanyl, is just astronomical. And it's not just the fentanyl pills. It's the heroin, it's the cocaine, it's the marijuana, it's the methamphetamine. We are finding traces of fentanyl and all of that. And I would just say, Terrence and Jessica, this year, watch out, hold on, because I think we're going to go over 250,000 fentanyl deaths with the amount of fentanyl that this government is allowed to come in here unchecked.
Well, Sheriff Lamb, we appreciate the time as always, also the perspective. And again, congratulations to you on the global shout out. Anytime a former president shouts you out, you obviously have arrived.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate both of you.
Yes, and we appreciate you, of course. Be safe out there, and a bigger congratulations on the added member to your family. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, Jessica. God bless. See
God
you guys.
bless.
God
Take
bless.
care.
Take care, Sheriff Lamb.